Okay. So today we continue our journey into the seven rays and through the comparison between the microcosm man and the macrocosm planet, the heavenly man and beyond. What makes a planet sacred? Along with evolution, we become increasingly responsive or creative co-workers of the heavenly man, the centers of the solar logos. So do you see the writing? So the slides are changing because sometimes it doesn't work. Is it right?
We're on the one that has 267, 268 on the bottom.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. Okay, so we are going to read some quotes about this important correspondence. Planets and their energies and forces have existed all the time, but remain ineffective because of lack of needed instruments of response. They only become potent when a man reaches a certain point of development and is becoming sensitive to higher influences in preparation for treading the path. This readiness indicates that his response apparatus, the threefold personality, is now more sensitive and can respond to a higher range of vibrations. This is also the distinction between sacred and non-sacred planets, the bodies of expression of as many planetary logoi, or thinkers, or words, cosmic words. The lords of the planets, the ray lives or planetary logoi, are also on their own level, inequally developed, and some of them are further advanced upon the cosmic path of spiritual unfoldment than are others. Those who are definitely upon the cosmic path of discipleship are regarded as informing sacred planets. That's the difference. Whilst those who are upon the cosmic probationary path are expressing themselves through non-sacred planets. And on the right, you see this six-pointed star with the seven sacred planets that is expressing their soul ray. So 1-7, Vulcan, Uranus, 2-6, Jupiter, Neptune, 3-6, Saturn, Venus, and in the center, in this hypothesis of arrangement or order, Mercury at the center, our higher prototype for the fourth human hierarchy. The planet is the result of the effect, or the effect, should I say resultant effect, of the ray influence. Just as in the human being, the physical body is the effect of the governing rays. Through the planets, certain potencies manifest. These are three in number, as we know, as we have heard yesterday, the personality, the soul, and monad rays. And I might here point out that the sacred planets, so-called, are those ray potencies which are expressive of soul and spirit, with the personality ray of the great informing life, the planetary logos, subordinated to the two higher rays, the soul and monadic or spirit. Such as is the case with the man after the third initiation. A non-sacred planet, such as the Earth, is still subject to the ray of the personality of the informing life, and the correspondence to the esoteric monadic ray is non-effective. Here are some examples of planetary rays. In bold, the ones given by decay, while the others are plausible speculations according to their energy, qualities, and rulerships in the zodiacal wheel presented in Esoteric Astrology. So you will ponder on that. Okay, let's consider the non-sacred planets. Average man is conditioned for long cycles of reincarnation by the activity of the non-sacred planets that are the sun veiling a planet, second ray indicated, the moon veiling a planet, a fourth ray, the earth, a third ray personality, second ray soul, first ray monad, Mars, sixth ray personality, and Pluto, first ray personality. As man nears the path of discipleship, the influence of the sacred planets becomes increasingly effective. By the fifth initiation, the non-sacred planets have no effect, though the initiate yields their energies potently as they pour through the vehicles of reception, of response, and of expression. The effect of the planets, sacred or not. Astrologers must consider whether or not a planet is sacred, as the effect would be very different. The non-sacred planet will affect primarily the life in the three worlds, while a sacred planet will aid in the process of affecting the fusion of soul and body, of consciousness and form, and stimulate intuition, the spiritual soul, on the Buddhic plane, the fourth Buddhic plane. Four non-sacred planets, the Sun, the Moon, Mars, and Pluto, control the Earth, the fifth non-sacred planet. This is a correspondence to the four aspects of the lower man, the physical outer shell, the etheric body, the astral body, and mental body, plus a fusion with the fifth body, the personality. From a larger scale, you have the four kingdoms in nature and the veiled fifth kingdom, the kingdom of God. Let's consider now the correspondence between the centers, the human centers, and the non-sacred planets. The planetary lives are closely related to the centers. The five centers up the spine relate to the non-sacred planets. In average, men are focused on the astral plane, astral body, the plane of desire and emotions. The earth and moon, the spleen receives pranic emanation from the earth and concerns the etheric and physical bodies and physical relationships. A center in the chest related to the thymus gland is related to the moon. This center becomes inactive in the advanced man, but has a connection with the vagus nerve prior to the awakening of the heart center, which we'll see in the next slide, is actually ruled by the sun in the average man and then by Jupiter, the second ray rulers. Mars functions in connection to the sacral center, ruled by Uranus, while Pluto functions in connection to the solar plexus, which we will see is ruled by Mars before and then by Neptune, the two sixth rays. Pluto becomes active in the life of the man awakening to his higher sense, and is actually indicated not as a real exoteric planet, but sometimes is indicated as a bit sacred, a bit esoteric. So the sun, veiling Vulcan, the pure first ray, governs a center in the front of the throat related to the parathyroids. When the creative period of the throat center, the thyroid gland is actually ruled by Saturn, third ray, in connection with the creative worker Vulcan. the parathyroid falls into disuse. And here are the planets with their rays ruling and not only related, as in the previous slide, not only related or corresponding to the human centers. The Tibetan master always presents us a system of perspectives to understand the science of spatial relationships, astrology. Thus, a center can be related to more than one ray or planet, according to different perspectives and parameters, such as the plane of correspondence and analogy, the point of evolution, the substantial plane we are considering, and so on. Okay, so after these centers, let's consider the rulerships. Each sign of the zodiac, the wheel of evolution, is related to more than one planet, according to the 3 levels of consciousness: the average man, disciples, and initiates. So here we have the ordinary man, the first table, the orthodox relationships. All the rays are represented except the first. This is interesting as the mass of the people move within their horoscopes and the will aspect is latent but unexpressed. This is on the mutable cross of the average man. In this tabulation, the emphasis is laid upon the conditioning ray. So you see the 4th ray through Mercury and the Moon as esoteric rulers connect Aries and Virgo and so on. Let's consider them one by one. So, for example, the first ray, Taurus and Pisces through Vulcan and Pluto are related to ray 1, transmutation of desire, Taurus, into sacrifice, Pisces, and of the individual will into the divine will. So the word Savior. Leo and Aquarius through the Sun and Jupiter are related to ray 2. Development of the individual consciousness, Leo, into world consciousness, the opposite Aquarius. Thus, a man becomes a world server, the world server. Sagittarius and Capricorn through the Earth and Saturn are related to the ray 3. The one-pointed disciple becomes the initiate, so the initiate. Some notes about this correspondence. Both the Earth and Saturn, one a non-sacred and one a sacred planet, are exponents or expressions of the 3rd ray of active intelligence. And this ray relationship serves to bring the influences of Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, into relationship with Sagittarius, ruled by them as esoteric rulers, thus providing a field of energy wherein the one-pointed disciple can finally become the initiate. Aries and Virgo through Mercury and the Moon are related to ray 4, harmonizing the cosmos and the individual through conflict, producing unity and beauty. The birth pangs of the second birth, the cosmic and individual Christ. Cancer and Scorpio through Neptune and Mars are related to ray 6, transformation of the mass consciousness into the inclusive consciousness of the disciple, the triumphant disciple. So some other relationship. The relation between the constellation through the planets as expressed in the rays. Here we have seen one by the other, and note in connection with disciples and the zodiacal signs, Gemini and Libra are two constellations which through their rulers express fifth and seventh ray energy. For some occult reason, they remain unrelated to any other of the signs. We will find also for the hierarchical relationships, also here. In the hierarchical relationships, which are activated after the third initiation, it's Aries and Capricorn in conjunction with seventh and fifth rays that stand alone. The other constellations and rays are related in every case. And in only one case, Taurus and Pisces, through the first ray, are still related as it was for the esoteric wheel. Interesting, the first ray stands. Okay, so this is the summary, the synthetic tabulation with the orthodox, this for the disciple and hierarchies rulers of the 12 signs, which, as we know, are the archetypes of the evolution of consciousness. Astrology is concerned with the effect produced in the substance of the shades by the influences, vibrations, etc. of the various planets. These are esoterically the influences of the solar centers. The forces emanating from the solar centers play upon the planetary centers and ultimately upon the human centers and the lower kingdoms. So we have three forces that affect our planet, three categories of energies, of influences. The zodiacal energies can be related to ray 1 of will and power and affect the monad level, passing through Shambhala. Then we have the systemic energies of our solar logos. So they are related to ray 2, love, wisdom, and affect the soul level, the medium level, passing through the hierarchy. And then we have the planetary forces related to ray 3, active intelligence. And they affect the personality level, impinge on and pass through humanity, the third planetary center. Let's consider the centers of intelligent activity as particularly related to the third planetary center, us, humanity, starting from its extra-zodiacal source. So we are told that Alcyone, one of the Pleiades, is called the star of intelligence. It was active during the previous solar system, and it impregnated the substance of the universe with the quality of mind, manas, the third aspect after Atma, will, and Buddhi, love, wisdom. These forces of intelligent activity were present at individualization of this solar system. Two of our planets, Earth and Saturn, are a product of this ray-free activity. This relates directly to the third divine center of intelligent activity we call humanity, the fourth kingdom in nature. Humanity will eventually be the mediating principle to all the lower kingdoms. Humanity is the divine messenger, the mediating principle to the world of form, just as Mercury, the son of the Pleiad Maya, is the divine messenger bringing light and life to the other divine manifestations. And we know that Mercury is the hierarchical ruler of Scorpio, and together with the fourth ray, they rule our fourth human hierarchy. And also, let's consider the cross of humanity, the mutable cross, while the fixed cross is more related to hierarchy and the cardinal cross to Shambhala. Okay, we have Mercury as ruler, exoteric ruler of Gemini and Virgo, and he is the messenger of Ray 4, while Jupiter, ruler of Sagittarius and Pisces, is the medium of expression of Ray 2. They govern the mass of average man on the mutable cross. Their function is to fuse and blend the dualities into a cooperative whole, resolving dissonance into harmony. These are the exoteric rulers that govern and condition the personality, where the mind nature is finally developed and begins integrating control of the personality. The soul ray begins to control its sub-ray, the personality ray. So we had these two exoteric rulers that the case says also the fourth ray is the method of evolution, harmony through conflict for humanity. And the second ray is the goal of evolution, love, wisdom, intelligent wisdom, intelligent love. Okay, we go on. The mutable cross for advanced men, disciples. We have to consider the esoteric rulers of the immutable cross. They bring increasing sensitive to the new planetary and ray energies. So the disciples bring to the esoteric rulers bring to the disciples this increasing sensitivity to the new planetary and ray energies. And we have the Venus, esoteric ruler of Gemini, the moon for Virgo, the earth for Sagittarius, and Pluto for Pisces, bringing the personality into a greater relationship with the soul. And we know that their rays, fifth ray, soul ray of Venus, fourth ray, personality ray of this veil of another planet, but yeah, the moon, the earth third ray, Pluto first ray. Okay, let's consider this particular axis of earth between Gemini and Sagittarius. The esoteric ruler of Sagittarius is the earth, and the hierarchical ruler of Gemini is also the earth, polar opposites. These are the only two constellations ruled by the earth, guaranteeing the earth's development and unfoldment of the form as an expression of soul, two into one. The esoteric ruler of Gemini is Mercury. The esoteric ruler is Venus. The rays associated with Sagittarius are rays 4, 5, and 6. The esoteric ruler of Sagittarius is the earth, and the hierarchical ruler, as we have said, of Gemini is also the earth. These rulers form an interesting sequence of activity and potencies essential for development of humanity. Ray 3, under the influence of Gemini, conditions the etheric body. Gemini is the third sign, starting from Aries. Ray 4, under the influence of Gemini Sagittarius, produces conflict in the astral body, essential for the final burning ground and release. Ray 5, under the influence of Capricorn, focused through Venus, will enable the man to take initiation on the mental plane. So when the dual forces of the cosmic brother, Gemini, become the energy of the one who rides towards the light, Sagittarius, the archer, then the fourth becomes the fifth. Humanity, the link, becomes the hierarchy, the bestower of all good. Then all the sons of God rejoice. So let's go on considering humanity's cosmic role. Humanity, under the great inflowing and outflowing energies, is concerned with the problem of mental development, the manas to be ruled by Buddhi, as it is already for the humanity of Venus. Our current second solar system, second ray, is in the process of becoming cosmically aware, driven by the need to develop love, wisdom, Buddhi. Sensitivity to contact is the dominant quality. Love is response to contact, understanding, inclusiveness. Wisdom connotes skill in action as the result of developed love. It is awareness of an ability to fuse relationships. Service is the scientific mode of expressing love, wisdom, according to the soul ray of the serving disciple. Let's think that Jupiter, our systemic second ray, is the esoteric ruler of the new age of Aquarius. So that will influence the next 2000 years. This whole problem concerns our planetary logos. The evolutionary process from the standpoint of the ordinary man is to make the non-sacred planet Earth sacred, that is, responsive to cosmic impacts, thus bringing more interrelated and inner integration into the logoic body of expression. So it's wonderful to think our higher brothers as men, and also the solar man, the cosmic man, are really in this, not the same, in a higher round of the evolutionary and initiatory process. So the correspondence and analogy help us to know where we are going to our destiny, our cosmic destiny. Let's see these important quotes. There is a correspondence between the consciousness of the initiate up to and including the third initiation and the consciousness of the logos of a non-sacred planet. Soul and body, consciousness and form are blended. A definite fusion is taking place. Two divine aspects are in process of intimate relation. The disciple brings this about within his little system, the planetary logos, on a far larger scale within his range of influence and control. For both these lives, microcosmic and macrocosmic, this fusion of two divine aspects produces transfiguration, the third initiation. Analogously, the logos of a non-sacred planet is becoming inclusive in his consciousness to all that is found within the solar, soul, sun, ring past not. He is establishing an esoteric understanding relation with all that lives in the body of manifestation of his solar logos, and registers a sensitive response to the quality of the life which informs the sun, Sirius, which is our cosmic solar angel. The logos of a non-sacred planet has taken 3 of the major cosmic initiations. While 5 initiations, the 5th for us being the revelation, endow man with the freedom of the planet. He is responsive to all states of consciousness within the planet's ring past knot, and is becoming sensitive to extraplanetary perception. Analogously, the logos of a sacred planet has taken 5 of the major cosmic initiations and is occupied with synthesizing into one unit of conscious response and activity the higher divine aspect of the monad, the will aspect. So now the 3 aspects, monad, soul, and personality, are interested and are concerned. When this is accomplished, will, love, and intelligence are blended, and spirit, soul, and body are at one. Then the quality of the divine expression will be divine purpose, impulsed by will, motivated by love, and carried forward with intelligence. The logos of a sacred planet transcends the knowledge, reactions, and responses that are purely solar system related. He is conscious of and vitally responsive to the life of Sirius, and is beginning to respond to the vibratory influences of the Pleiades as expression of cosmic monadic substance prana, a 3rd monadic aspect. Oh, the important path to Sirius. This great sun and cosmic logos is to our solar logos what the monad is to spiritual man, in this case, to the soul, the Buddhic aspect. He's his prototype, the son of suns, his solar angel, as we said. There is an ancient relationship between Sanakumara and the Lord of Sirius, even though our planet is not sacred. The majority of liberated humanity make their way to this cosmic center. The relationship that exists is between the hierarchy, not Shambhala, of our planet and Sirius, evoked via the heart of the sun. Again, a second aspect, not the central spiritual sun, not the physical sun, but the heart of the sun, on cosmic higher mental plane. This Buddhic flow follows the line of 2, 4, 6, creating a triangle of spiritual energy, Sirius, the hierarchy, the heart of the sun. Its effect is not felt until after the 3rd initiation, though the masters use this energy whilst training disciples for the 2nd, the 4th, and the 6th initiations. The logos of the solar system is esoterically called the sacred triangle of all-inclusive force, because this great being includes within his focused awareness the fields of expression of the Great Bear, the Pleiades, and Sirius. They are to him what the head, the throat, and the heart centers are to the developed initiate on this planet. Yet our solar logos is a 7th-fold being, and 4 remaining aspects are as yet unrevealed to humanity, though sensed by the hierarchy. Okay, let's now consider the distribution of energies that cause the evolutionary process, which will make the non-sacred planet Earth sacred, that is, responsive to cosmic impulse. So we see that streams of energy from Great Bear or Ursa Major are transmitted through zodiacal constellations to our solar system via the transforming sun, to the 7 transfiguring sacred planets, and these produce transformations in our non-sacred planet, the Earth, as they bring it increasingly into line with the will aspect of divinity. So here is an example for the first ray transmission. You will consider when you receive or download the document. The key to the whole process as far as the earth is concerned and the individual on the earth is to be found in the word transcending the transcending cause, transmitting the zodiacal constellations, transforming the sun, the soul, transfiguring the planets. Add in connection with the earth and humanity the word translated. For when the souls of just men are made perfect, a process of translation takes place, which lifts humanity off and away from the planet on to one or other of the 7 cosmic paths, to which our 7 initiations form the entering doors. So in connection with the human individual and his progress and initiation or translation from one state of consciousness to another, there is to be found a small replica of the above. The human soul receives from all 3 major planetary centers or groups, Shambhala hierarchy and humanity itself. And here the darkness spots indicate awakening centers in this interior light chart of an advanced aspirant on the verge of discipleship. And the whole story of extension from the one into the many and of the many into the one is contained in these macrocosmic and microcosmic diagrams, as all triplicities subdivide into septenates, yet preserve their identity. Okay, and at the end, here is the solar man, the divine septenary hanging from the triad, thus forming the decade. We had the 7 planets, 7 schemes of evolution, actually, the 3 synthesizing planets, and the 1 resolver, the sun. Compared to the microcosm man, with its 7 of 5 centers, the 3 synthesizing centers had Ajna, Alta Major, and the 1 resolver, the Brahmaranda, or the 7 head centers, or the centers of the cosmic man in a hypothesis of attributions. So we have some hypothetical 7 constellations or solar system at 2 levels of this great cosmic man, of which we are part. 3 synthesized constellations, Great Bear, Little Bear, and Pleiades. And the 1 resolver, possibly Orion, the great cosmic Osiris, while Sirius is Isis, the 2 great origins, hypothetical, plausible, of our piece of universe. When all are blended into 1 full chord, the work is done. When all is resolved into harmony, when all is blended into symphony, the grand chorale will reverberate to the uttermost bounds of the known universe. Then will occur that which is beyond the comprehension of the highest charm, the marriage song of the heavenly man. From Etheretic Cosmic Fire. Thank you to all. And if you like to read more contributions, please visit these websites in 4 languages. Thank you to everyone.
Antonella, I think you have a little bit time, don't you?
3 minutes.
Yeah, so there can come many questions. Would you like to discuss with people and let them ask, or?
Sure,
Yeah,
for these 3 minutes, and then we have also that hour at the end of the day to discuss. Right. So what What can we consider as questions?
I have two, well, connected. Antonella, I've always related to Neptune far more than Jupiter or Pluto for understanding Pisces. Please understand why. Also, I
Yes.
relate to Ray 1 the least of all.
Yes. I relate to Ray 1 least of all. Yeah. Yes, decay is really indicating Neptune as the co-ruler of Jupiter, a general ruler of Pisces. Actually says that the 12th house is ruled by Neptune, not by Jupiter. So Neptune with Jupiter are the two great mothers. Actually, Jupiter is second ray soul, but Neptune is the second scheme of evolution, the second scheme of synthesis in the synthesizing free. So there they have a strong relationships, and actually Neptune is also related from another perspective to Vulcan, as the two opposites of the lower form of the spirit, which is matter, and the highest aspect of matter, which is spirit. Decay says in Esoteric or Cosmic Fire. So again, the Pluto as ruler of Pisces is really this potency of dissolving, as Neptune does, but for the esoteric and hierarchical level of consciousness. So they are two dissolvers or destroyers of identifications of individual or limited points of view. And Pisces is all about this because, it's, as we said yesterday, is the last sign. So it's really resuming and destroying all that is already experienced, or all forms, and to be open to a new rebirth for the new Aries cycle. I hope I have contributed to clarify these relationships. And okay. Other questions?
I don't see any right now.
No, just some comments. Thank
Just
you.
comments.